What is your name?
Thomas Bishop,
Where are you from?
Berkeley, Michigan.
How old were you on September 11th, 2001?
I would have been 31.
Where were you on September 11th, 2001 when we were attacked?
I was at work.
Did you ever visit the World Trade Center in New York City before September 2001?
No, I had not.
How did you find out about these attacks? What were you doing at the time?
I had a side job. I got into work, and it was already on the TV, and we couldn't believe what we were seeing. I called your mother, and I said, "You got to turn on the TV." And we saw the second plane hit while I was speaking to her on the phone.
What were your first feelings / emotions when you heard about these attacks?
Disbelief. I'm not going to say hatred, but pretty close to that. But I couldn't believe it was happening.
Were you afraid for your safety or your family's safety? What actions did you take?
It crossed my mind that they could attack Detroit, thinking of the Rensen, big buildings. But we're not in Detroit per se. I did come home because you were a 1-year-old baby. And so I was just with Mom and you.
Were you personally connected to anyone in the towers, Pentagon, or planes? What had happened to them?
No relatives, no nothing.
Did you go to the World Trade Center site after the attacks? What do you remember?
No, I have not been there at all.
What do you think of the government's reaction to the attacks?
I'm not entirely sure I have an opinion on that. I'm glad they finally found the bad guy.
Do you agree with the decision to invade Afghanistan?
Getting pretty deep. To the extent that we took out the right people, yes. But to put more American lives at stake, I'm not entirely sure I agree with.
Has 9/11 changed you? How so?
It has made me more critical towards the world and a little more cautious with everyday life.
How has 9/11 changed our nation or the world?
Pretty much the same answer. Everybody is scared to do anything, and it's tough to travel, and it's tough to keep peace of mind. It's a different world we're living in.
What lessons should be learned from 9/11?
I just always stay ready. Always be aware of your surroundings. Like your mother says it best. Be aware of your surroundings. I don't know how much of that could have been prevented. It's a crazy mixed up world out there.
Why do you think it's important for students to learn about September 11th?
The knowledge is power. The more you learn about it, hopefully, the more you can prevent it. Again, education is key. If everybody can learn from the past, hopefully we can prevent another issue in the future.
And what was your most vivid memory of that day?
Watching on live TV an airplane crash into a building. Incredible. And then actually, when those buildings fell, when they came tumbling down, absolute amazement. It was awe. It was awesome, but in the wrong sense. That's probably the most vivid is when it went down. It's crazy.
Thank you.
Yes.